Mark Brown just did a great job explaining to you exactly how to build your list, to make a list of prospects you want to start sharing the prepaid legal opportunity with. And then Dave Savula did a phenomenal job explaining how to get an appointment, how to approach your prospects with the right credibility to be able to get a presentation made. So what my goal is today is to share with you exactly how to get in front of that prospect and how to do the actual presentation. Always remember that third party is always better than first party. And by that I mean people are not going to buy what's coming out of your mouth, but more so what you're pointing them to. If your mouth is moving, my mentor always told me you better be pointing to somebody or something else. So we've got the tools and the system in place so that an average person can get involved in prepaid legal and make an above average income, and above average people can get involved and literally get wealthy because, again, you're using the system and the tools. Now, the tools that we've got, number one, the third-party credibility that comes with a magazine, the Your Business at Home magazine, where you can actually show somebody a magazine that just came off the newsstands that will explain to them a little bit about prepaid legal. They can actually leaf through and read some of the success stories about the successes that are happening because of this business. That's going to open up their door of receptivity, so they're going to want to find out more about what our service does and how they can personally get involved and make a business opportunity, make money for themselves with prepaid legal. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do it. The first way that you actually can show a presentation to somebody is having them come to a presentation. And you get two real ways to do that. Number one, you can actually have them do what we call a PBR, a private business reception, which is nothing more than an in-home or a living room presentation where they invite a bunch of people over to their home and actually have a video presentation done for them that will actually explain all the information about prepaid legal. So you can actually have them come to your home, or you can have them come to a weekly presentation, what we call weekly business opportunity meetings that are done in local hotels all across the United States and Canada. And that's where you've got a professional speaker that does a full-blown PowerPoint Madison Avenue type presentation so your prospect can see a full-blown hour-long A to Z presentation and make their decision to come on board. Now, if you can't get somebody to come to a presentation, then you can always resort to bringing the presentation to them, again, using the tools. Now, what do I mean by that? We've got an incredible DVD that will do the presentation for you. And if you can't get the DVD in front of them, locally in person, if you can't go and sit down with them, you can always put it in an envelope and send it to somebody long distance so they can watch it on their own time. Or we also have something called a success system call where they can dial a 1-800 number and listen to a toll-free message that will explain all about our company, the product, the opportunity for them to generate an income, and how they can get involved. Now, we've used third party for the approach to get the interest or the attention from your prospects that are on your list. Now, the second part, the presentation, again, third party. Using the presentations or utilizing the tools in the system, you did a presentation using third party. But always remember, the third and most important part of the process is the close. And again, third party is absolutely necessary when you're trying to recruit somebody into the business. Now, when you're trying to sell a membership, you can do a one-on-one sit-down presentation, 15 minutes, and sign them up. But on the recruiting side, when you're trying to bring somebody aboard your team into the business and make a business decision like that, you always want to bring your upline expert, the person who knows all the information, because you're new. You're not going to have the answers to your prospects' questions, and we don't expect you to, and we don't want your prospect to expect you to. You always want to introduce them to a third-party expert and let them answer the questions for you. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can do a 2-on-1 presentation where you go and sit down with your prospect, with your upline expert, and they can do the presentation with you, and they can answer the questions and close them and sign them on the dotted line right then and there. Now, there's going to be many times that you're not going to be sitting in front of your prospect with your upline support team there with you, and that's why we use something called a three-way phone call. And you just get a three-way calling on your phone line. It costs a couple bucks a month, but it will make you an absolute fortune in the business, because when you get somebody to check out the information and they like what they hear and they're interested in possibly getting involved, all you want to do is edify or introduce them in a positive way to somebody in the upline support team, an expert, so to speak, in the business, and let that person answer your prospect's questions for you and ask them the deciding question, do you want to get started in the business? And that three-way call will not only help you go out and bring your prospects into the business, but it's also sending a message to your new person, your new prospect, your new recruit, I should say. It's letting them know that they're going to have that support available to them as well. So when they're out there sharing the information, doing the approaches, doing the presentations, they know they will have somebody there to support them to answer their prospects' questions and close them as well.